Hey guys, it's Alec, Torelli from Conscious Poker. In this video, I'm going to answer the top 5 poker questions that I get asked, arguably the most often. A lot of these are going to be prep for the WSOP, but we're going to do something very fun here. These are actually questions that I got asked back in 2016. I filmed this outside the Rio when the WSOP was still happening there in anticipation for my upcoming WSOP. The cool thing about this though is I feel like the questions are timeless, and I think the answers hopefully are as well that I share. Last thing, I know a lot of you are looking to take your game to the next level, make a deep run at the WSOP, just improve your cash games or general tournaments. I do offer coaching as well, so be sure to hit me up in the description, consciouspoker.com. There's more information there. We also are launching a WSOP course on strategy specifically for tournaments. I'm breaking down the key hands I played during my latest 11th place finish during the WSOP. That's all available at consciouspoker.com/WSOP. Link in the description as well. All right, that's it. Let's dive into today's video. Number 1, what is your tip for people playing the WSOP for the first time?
It's a great question. I would say my tip for people playing the World Series for the first time is to first and foremost have fun. Just relax, play your game, and don't be intimidated by the prestige of the tournament. Do what you do in your home game or your local casino, your local tournaments. Be the confident player that you know that got you here, and stick to your game plan. Play your game. Go out swinging. Don't go out on someone else's terms. If you're going to bust, do it on your terms.
Number 2, how do you prepare yourself for the tournament? What is your pregame routine?
My pregame routine is pretty engineered. I feel like I could engineer a great poker day, and I do that the night before, starting by getting a good night's sleep, waking up early, eating healthy, working out, and just setting my intention and focus for the day, and always being in tune with what my struggles are, what my challenges are, and getting a solid game plan going and allow me to play my best poker.
Number 3, what's your focus during the WSOP? Cash games or tournaments?
During the World Series, I'm going to play the main event. That's pretty much the only thing I'm planning for this year. I'm really like a feel sort of in the moment type of person. So I'll get up every day. Some days I'll have the intention of playing a big tournament or a big cash game. And sometimes I'll get up that morning and for whatever reason, I just won't feel my best. So I just will sit the day out and won't play, go hiking in Red Rock or do something else to get myself motivated and ready to play the next day. So I don't really plan much other than this year for the main, and take it one day at a time.
Number 4, what are the top 3 things most essential for success in poker?
The first thing I would say is bankroll management. I think that even the best players in the world are not going to be successful at poker or the game if they don't manage their money correctly. So money is really the tool of any professional gambler, and you need to know how to manage it well. So you can be the best in the world and have an edge in every single game you play in, but if you're not managing your finances correctly, you're going to be broke. Second thing I would say is discipline. You really have to know your limitations, and you have to check your ego at a lot of times. So discipline, also the main aspect of discipline I would say is with people's ego, because ego is probably the biggest thing that gets in the way of a successful poker player. You need a lot of it to overcome all those obstacles and bad beats and adversity, but you need the discipline to keep yourself in check and know, look, this game isn't for me, or I'm at my limit, or I need to quit right now instead of force myself to play. I need to take a day off. I need to have patience in this hand and fold this hand and wait for the next one. Discipline's huge in all facets of poker. And the last one I would say is self-awareness. I really learned a lot of this from Doyle Brunson, who talks a lot about this, and talked about this with him, but you just really need to understand your image, yourself, and how you're portrayed at the table to other people, so what other people think of you, but also just aware of your own energy, aware of how you're playing that day, aware of what your struggles are, your limitations, aware of yourself, aware of your ego, aware of everything that gets in the way of you achieving what it is you want in the poker industry. So I think those 3 are the big ones. Of course, there's a lot of skills, but master those 3 and you're going to be leaps and bounds ahead of the rest of the field.
Number 5, what is the best advice on poker someone ever gave you?
I've been fortunate to talk to a lot of really successful people I respect that are been around at poker for a long time. 2 things that come to mind immediately are, one thing that always stands out is a conversation I had with Freddie Deeb. I was 18 years old, I was at the Bahamas, my first live tournament, and he had just won the PCA main event, and we were at the bar afterwards, and he was a super nice guy, bought me a drink, and I was telling him about my tournament, and he was telling me about his, and I was explaining to him that I always got frustrated in tournaments when I got short. And he just looked at me straight at me and said, you know, there's always time. And that really stuck with me, because that approach towards tournaments, I think, is really, really valuable. Just to never get ahead of yourself, never beat yourself, never give up, never get impatient, and just relax and sit back and wait, because there is always time to get your money in good. Second piece of advice I was out to dinner in London with Doyle Brunson. I just got signed on the Brunson 10, and we were talking about our life story and all this stuff, and of course he has a million great stories, and I was telling him about all these other ventures I had and all these other things I like doing, and he told me that after his entire career that he believes a poker player should just play poker. And I thought that was really interesting, because he had tried a million other ventures in his life, and he said the one thing that he was always successful at was poker. That really stuck with me, and I didn't take it literally to mean that I should play poker the rest of my life, but it just means that poker will always be something that I'll be good or great at. And I think there's a lot of people have different skill sets where they know what their one thing is that they're just excellent at and they're a master at and they can make money at or make work. And there's something to be said about honing in and focusing on that and making that your essence, your game plan, or your go-to. And I think that was really good advice from someone that's seen it all and done it all. So that's it.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed these takeaways. Which one was your favorite? If you have questions, be sure to leave them below as well. And subscribe to this channel. More awesome content is coming. If you'd like help on your WSOP journey, I do offer coaching as well. You could apply at the link below. Happy to help work with you to help you achieve your poker goals. Otherwise, I'm Alec Torelli. Thanks for your attention, guys. I'll see you in the next one.